Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as promised, I'm doing a story time. So a couple months ago, I took a poll to see what you guys wanted to hear a story time about, because I have a bunch of crazy stories that nobody would ever believe, but they're true. So I'm coming to one that a lot of people voted for. So I'm going to tell you guys about my roommate from Hill. Disclaimer, I'm not going to drop his name. If you went to school with me and you knew who my roommates were, then you already know who he is. So let's hop into this video. Alright, so I went to MTSU and I was staying in dorms my freshman and sophomore year of college. Now I can't remember if it was the end of my sophomore year or the beginning of junior year, but I moved into some campus apartments, but they were off campus. And we moved into a 4-bedroom. Was it a 4-bedroom? I'm lying, we moved into a 3-bedroom. So it was me and at the time 2 of my best friends. Now before y'all start side-eyeing me like, hold on, like you stayed with 2 dudes. They were part of the LGBT community. So I knew it wasn't gonna be no funny business with us being roommates. So I had 2 roommates, 2 male roommates. Alright, so we were all the bestest of friends. We were cool. We did everything together. You know, we even carpooled the campus. Like, we was cool. Like, we lived together, so we were cool. So, let me tell you about the incident that happened with us that ended this whole friendship thing with us. So, the 3 of us were a part of NAACP. We were all board members for NAACP at our school. And we had an event. So at the event that we went to, the roommate that this story is about at the time, he was the president of our school's chapter of NAACP. So before the event started, he had already gone to the event before me and the other roommate had went. I hope it's not confusing. So maybe I need to like do names or something. I don't want to be shady. There's a couple things I can call him, but I'll call him Boots. I'm going to call him Boots, the one who this is all about. And my other roommate, I'm going to just call him Best Friend. That's simple. Okay, so let me start over. So Boots was the president of our school's chapter for NAACP. Alright, so Boots had to be at the event before me and Best Friend had to be there. So me and Best Friend rode together. Now, apparently Boots and Best Friend already had a little funny stuff going on because they weren't really fooling with each other like that no more, but me and Boots was still cool. It's just Best Friend and Boots was kind of not that cool. So we get to the event. Me and Best Friend, we get to the NAACP event. So when we get there, Boots is like, you know, mingling with other members of the chapter and all that. And so when me and Best Friend get there, Boots sees us, we see him, and at the time I'm not thinking like, oh, you know, let me say hey to you, because I mean we roommates. And he already knew I was coming, so I mean, I don't know, I just didn't at the time think I had to be like, oh, hey Boots, like, hey roommate, hey, you know, whatever. So him and Best Friend obviously wasn't on good terms, so of course when they saw each other, they didn't speak, you know? So we was cooling at the event or whatever. Boots not really talking to us like that. But you know, like I said, I didn't think none of it because him and Best Friend already ain't really dealing with each other like that. And me and him cool, so I didn't, you know, think none of it. He the president, he gotta, you know, entertain more people than his 2 roommates. So the event, I can't remember what the event was, but it wasn't shaking a whole lot. So me and Best Friend like, okay, we showed our face. It's really Boots who gotta be here like that, so we're gonna leave. Actually, I just thought about something. What happened was Boots left the event before me and Best Friend left. He left the event before us. Okay. So a couple minutes went by, me and Best Friend, we talking to some of the other members, and then we finally like, okay, like, it ain't really shaking like nothing. We could leave now. Plus the president gone, so like, why we still here? So, like I said, me and Best Friend rode together, so we riding back to the apartment. Now, when we pull up to the apartment, we don't see Boots' car. So I'm immediately thinking like it's just gonna be me there because Best Friend was about to drop me off at the apartment. He was about to go, you know, somewhere else. He was gonna go see his boo, actually. So, you know, he dropped me off or whatever. And I get to the door and I open it and the whole apartment is trashed. When I say it's trashed, we had a patio. The patio window was busted. The blinds, you know, on the window all tore up. I see all the furniture flipped over. I see the trash knocked over. I see broken glass and stuff on the floor. Like, it was a mess. It was food on the floor. The whole place was tore up. Like I said, upside down, tore up. Anything that you can imagine that was tore up was tore up. So, like I said, I'm coming in by myself, so I'm scared. So I hurry up, I close the door, I call best friend back, and I'm like, you need to get up here right now. He was like, why? What's wrong? Like, you okay? I said, you need to get up here right now, because at this point, I'm thinking somebody done broke in, because the glass is broken, and I mean, the complete, like, the place is trashed. And of course, nobody has access to it but me, Boots, and best friend. I'm panicking. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So best friend come up the stairs and we just shell shocked. Like, we just like, wow, like, who could have did this? And so I'm just like, okay, do you think it was Boots? I'm just like, let us try to call Boots and see where he at, if he been here, or if he have any insight on why this apartment tore up like this. So we calling Boots, no answer. We calling Boots, no answer. And so I'm just like, it's no way somebody tried to break in because nothing was stolen. Like, we all checked out our rooms and everything, but this the gag though, this the gag. So we all had our own room. It was a 3-bedroom, like I said. We all had our own room, own bathroom. So we all went and checked our rooms. We, you know, we were friends. We trusted each other. So we never locked our door. And I, especially as a girl, definitely didn't think I had to lock mine. I'm like, it ain't nothing I got that they want in my room. So ironically enough, all of us go check our rooms. Everybody's door is unlocked. But Boots' door is locked. So I'm just like, okay, that's weird. Boots don't ever lock his door. Like, we don't lock doors in here. And how is it that our rooms are unlocked, nothing's gone? Like, my TV was still there, his TV was still there. Both of us had Beats pills. Both of our Beats pills were still there. We had laptops. Our laptops was there. And I'm just like, okay, ain't nobody break in here. He did this. So at this point, I'm furious. Best friend still trying to call him. I'm just like, no, I'm calling the police. I said, because I don't care like what he had going on. You don't trash where you stay. And it ain't like he got mad and flipped the couch. I'm going to insert a video because I still have a video. When I say he real deal ran through that place like he did not live there, that place was tore up and I was pissed. And what made me even more pissed, I'm just like, okay, you all big and bad to where you breaking windows, flipping furniture. I had laundry that, oh, I almost said something. He had my clean clothes on the floor. Like, this man had my clean clothes on the floor because the basket was on the table and he flipped the table over. It was food all on the walls because this dude then got mad and, I don't know, threw the trash can, flipped it. I don't know what it was, but it was horrible. And the thing that really stopped me off was, okay, you wanted to be big and bad and throw this fit and real deal tear this place up. Why are you not still here? You knew we would have been coming home any minute. And so you tore up the place and you dipped. So we called the police. I'm, you know, explaining to them, this wasn't no break-in. Like, our roommate did this. So I'm telling him everything I told y'all. Nothing's missing. And ironically enough, none of us locked our doors, but his door is locked. And he not answering the phone and he's not here. So police show up, you know, he looking around, you know, asking us questions and stuff. And so he telling us like, okay, what's Boots' number? Because if Boots don't answer this phone or show up and, you know, we're here trying to get to the bottom of this or whatever, then we're going to put out a warrant for Boots' arrest. And me, I'm just like, I don't care because I'm pissed off. Like, somebody got to clean this up. I don't know who finna clean it up. You ain't answering the phone. And then that's really like, that's weak of you. That's really weak. You tore up this place and you weren't even here like the girls on Bad Girls Club to, you know, stand there and just wait. You know, stand there and wait on us to get home. So the police get Boots' number. They end up calling Boots. He end up coming back. Of course, he come back, you know, raging with attitude. But I'm just like, dude, like, what you mad for? And you the one who tore up everything. So he come in and he's just like, I live with a bunch of fake bees and all that stuff. And I'm just like, bro, what you talking about? Because me and you been cool. Like, we've been straight today, yesterday, last week, last month. Like, me and you ain't ever had no beefs. So when you say, because I live with a bunch of fake bees, like, who you talking about? So the police still asking us questions or whatever. We answering them. And so out of nowhere, Boots like, oh, and Monica, you real bold to call the police. You real bold to call the police. And so I'm just like, wait, did I say something? I can't remember if I said something or not, because I just know how slick my mouth is. And the police was there, even though we weren't at fault. Me and best friend weren't at fault. We didn't do nothing. But I'm just like, you know what? I just want this whole thing to go smooth. Because at this point, like I said, I'm still confused as to why you even did this. Like, you the only one that lived. If you get done doing the stuff, you know, we all sign our statements and all of that. And so before he asked, he was like, so is it going to be a problem? Like, do he need to leave? Like, is it going to be an issue when we leave, y'all? And so I had already called my boyfriend, because if he was going to be on anything, I ain't got no problem with fighting a dude, but let's be real. Like, if anything finna go down and I got a boyfriend, you best believe he's going to be the one to deal with it. So before the police had got there, I had already immediately called my boyfriend. So he was already on the way. And he came pretty much in good time, because right when they were leaving, he showed up. So long story short, Boots real deal tried to be big and bad when the police left. But I'm like, hold on, what was this same energy after you trashed this place and you couldn't, you know, be there sitting, you know, waiting on us to get back? Or why are you so big and bad, but why when we were calling you, you couldn't answer the phone? It took the police to call you for you to answer the phone. So him, best friend, and my boyfriend almost got the fighting. And so I had to tell my boyfriend, like, don't even fight him. I didn't care. If they would got into it, sad to say, I didn't care. How he was talking all that cash money, he needed to be beat up. You know, he needed his you-know-what beat. But my thing is, I'm just like, okay, he gonna be on some petty stuff. He gonna call the police back and try to make it seem like we tried to jump him and all that other stupid stuff. And so I told my boyfriend, like, it ain't even worth it. Like, forget him. So Boots, after, you know, they get done arguing about the fight or whatever, Boots leaves again. So me and best friend, we just like, we don't know what he did for, like, he ain't make this whole mess in this apartment. And we didn't know when he was coming back. Of course, he wasn't finna answer the phone if we tried to call, so he just left. And so I'm just like, okay, as bad as he, you know, needs to clean up his own mess, I'm just like, I can't just go to sleep and this house tore up like this. Like, it's food on the floor, it's trash on the floor, the window is broken, like, stuff is flipped over. So me and best friend and then a couple other friends that like lived at our apartments, they came over and they helped us like clean up and stuff. And do y'all know that after he did that, do y'all know this dude never apologized for that? It was bad enough that he got over by not having to clean up his own mess, because he didn't come back. After that, we never spoke to each other. I used to hate coming home. If I used to see his car outside, he just used to be like disgusted, because I'm like, how can you do that? I don't care how mad you was, what you was mad about. You don't do stuff like that. Especially if we were all supposed to be friends. Like, you don't do stuff like that. And then the fact that you never apologized, you never offered to help clean nothing up. Like, come on now. So at that point, I'm just like, he gotta go. Like, I pay rent here just like everybody else. I'm not gonna be walking on eggshells, or my mood gotta be down every time I pull up to my apartment because I see that he's there. And then we share a common area. We share a kitchen. We share a living room. We share a dining room. We share a washer and dryer. I'm just like, I do not want to cross paths with this dude after the stunt he done pulled, and he not remorseful for it at all. So I got him kicked out. I said, it's either he gonna go or I'm gonna go. And I said, and I'm not going nowhere. So I end up hitting up like the manager or like the property manager, whoever run our office. And I was telling them like, I'm a girl, the only girl in this unit. I said, and I don't feel safe with him here. Because apparently you like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you could do something like that and then just walk around like it never happened. Like, something wrong with you. And I don't need him getting one of his moves and he doing that stuff again. And plus, I don't have to deal with that. You vandalized our apartment when you broke that window. Like, dude, you gotta go. So I hounded that office until they gave him a notice saying he had to go. So he left. It was done though. They moved him to like another building, but I didn't care. I just ain't want him in the same building as me. Then our rooms was right next to each other. Like, at least best friend, at least his room was more so towards the front of the apartment. Me and Boots, our rooms was side by side. Hearing that man talk used to disgust me. Hearing him moving around. And then there's another thing. Bro was so like, he was nasty. When I say he was nasty, he would go out of town. He would go out of town for like almost a week and leave dirty dishes in the sink. He had a little dog. He'll let his dog pee on the floor and he'll just leave it there. Like, he did really disgusting, trifling things. So that was another reason why I didn't want him there anyway. And we had got like gnats and stuff real bad from him leaving them dishes. And I'm not talking about a spoon, a fork, a little cup. Nah, I mean pots, pans, plates full of food in the sink. And he never wanted to take out the trash. Like, bro was just disgusting. So it was good that he got on up out of there anyway. So, yeah, you guys, he got put out, moved to another unit, and everything was gravy from there. It was a story time, guys. That was the story time. I have a bunch of more stories to tell. I mean, that one, it was a little juicy, a little, I got stuff, you know, way juicier than that y'all would never believe. I'm gonna bring it all to y'all though. So thank you guys for watching. If you like storytime videos like this, let me know, because like I said, I got plenty. I could bring them all out. So be sure to thumbs up my video, share it, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in my next one. Good night.